It's the Monday after the first Battlefield 6 weekend, and I'm sitting here like, got any more of that BF6? I don't think in recent memory I've played a beta to a game that kinda gave me everything I wanted and more. Admittedly, I didn't go in with extremely high expectations, so it was probably a bit easier to blow them out of the water, I suppose. But even then, I was absolutely glued to my seat this weekend, leveled all the guns to their max beta level of level 20, and I got a feel for all the classes. Of course, there were some bugs, mainly texture or reflection related, but they didn't appear annoying or frequent enough to truly take away from the gameplay in any way. The only real bad thing that I ran into was this weird full screen bug on PC, where if you alt-tab or you click outside of the game, the full screen loses significant performance, but it was pretty easy to fix. You just went into windowed mode and then back to full screen, and everything was fine. I played on both PC with mouse and keyboard and on PS5 Pro with a controller, and both ran pretty damn well, getting about 110 FPS. The gameplay very much was back to the way I personally expect Battlefield to be, having large-scale battles with cool moments littered throughout, chaotic team and non-teamwork happening all the time. The majority of my time was spent in Conquest mode, but I've also played quite a bit of Breakthrough and dabbled into the close quarter modes, all of which work pretty well on the current maps in the beta, although they were a little bit more close quarter centered. At some point while I was playing, I said that the gameplay reminded me a lot of the positive teamwork chaos that was found in BattleBit Remastered when that launched, only to then quickly realize how silly that was to say, because that's a game that tries to emulate Battlefield. But the reason why I said it is because the most recent Battlefield 2042 did not manage to really recreate that feeling, and while BF1 was great and Battlefield 5 was decent, they both take place in a historical setting. To go back to the feeling this game gives me essentially, you have to go back to Battlefield 4 in 2013, or the hugely underrated Battlefield Hardline from 2015. In both cases, we are talking about a decade ago. There is a generation of gamers now for which Battlefield 6 is their first Battlefield game like this, and I think that, in combination with the significant Call of Duty fatigue right now, is what's making Battlefield 6 to be one of the most highly anticipated FPS releases of this year. Honestly, something that Battlefield benefits from a lot for me, and I'm sure for others as well, is that it's a lot more about epic moments rather than winning matches. It's the journey that matters, and winning or losing is more of a side effect of the whole. While you can make a difference, and having the right spread of classes is very important because you need engineers to destroy enemy vehicles and keep yours repaired, you need recon to provide sniper support against the enemy snipers and give intel, you need support to keep people healthy and stocked up on ammo, and provide cross-squad revives, and preferably you have some assault to shell-shock the enemy out of their positions. In the end, you are just 1/32 of your team, and because of that, it's a lot easier to accept that you cannot win by yourself, which overall makes it just a less frustrating experience for me. During matches, I always tend to go on little side missions. Has a squad flanked me with a spawn beacon? Now it's my goal to go and take them out. Is there a tank terrorizing our base? Time to become an engineer, I guess. Are we losing too many tickets, and are there no support? I guess I am the support. I've had matches where we lost by many tickets, and we stood no chance to win really, but in general the match was still fun. The next epic moment was just one respawn away. The fact that there's no really strict skill-based matchmaking, but just skill-based team balancing also means that you can try out guns that might not be the best, or that you specifically aren't too good at yet, while not always being destroyed instantly every single gunfight because you're not playing against people that are stressed out about playing against people with their exact same skill. Of course, there are always meta slaves, and this weekend did see a significant amount of people using the shotgun setup that was called overpowered and broken by YouTubers and streamers at the reveal event, because that's just the nature of some people. And dying to the shotgun did stand out as being really annoying. I personally leveled the shotgun as my final weapon, and yeah, I am not the best CQBer and get easily stressed and target overwhelmed, but the power of this thing was insane. Especially its range stands out as being a little bit too good at times. I would say that I'm certain that the thing is going to get a significant nerfing, but considering that a lot of this game is medium to long range engagements, I am not completely sure how bad you need to make a shotgun to have its place in the game. Personally, I had three favorite guns, depending on what I was playing on. With mouse and keyboard, pretty much everything worked for me, but my favorite guns were the M4 and the AK from the carbine category. They are two guns that do relatively lower damage, requiring between 5 and 10 shots depending on the range, but they are able to be made extremely low recoil, which means that as long as you can stay on target, you can take people out very well at medium ranges. I did see people stressing out about how low their low recoil goes, and videos of them went around pretty much instantly, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do see some nerfing down the line, but I think they have their place currently because of the lower damage. With the controller, however, I am very much an aim assist, take the wheel kind of a player. I don't really play shooters with controller anymore, although this game actually did feel incredibly nice, and I had quite a bit of success with it. And I can see myself playing this game with controller once every while, because it did feel so good. Much like recent Call of Duty's aim assist though, it is stronger than it was 10 years ago, but it does seem to vary quite a bit between the different weapons, which is why on controller I was actually struggling quite heavily with the carbines and SMGs, and much preferred the somewhat heavier recoiled but higher aim assist assault rifles. Especially the B36, which was a nice mix, seemed to work out extremely well for me. Close quarters, the aim assist was pretty present, and because of that, placing 4 shots to kill was not difficult, even for a Supreme Controller potato like myself. Overall, I think the best thing for me to say and the biggest glowing review that I can give of the first beta weekend is just simply, I would like the game to come out right now. The beta felt extremely nice. I cannot wait for this second weekend. I cannot wait for the 10th of October for the game to actually release, and I can't wait to play more of this game. It is just simply that good, and there has been this gap in my heart for a different shooter other than Call of Duty. I wouldn't classify myself as a Call of Duty player, but I do play the yearly Call of Duty because it is the premium AAA shooter that does come out, and having a real good Battlefield right next to it is something that I very much desire. I am 1000% more excited about this upcoming Battlefield 6, than Black Ops 7. I know that after next week, there's gonna be Gamescom, and then they are revealing multiplayer gameplay for Black Ops 7 as well. I am obviously gonna be looking at that, but my expectations, much as they were for Battlefield, are extremely low, but with Call of Duty, I don't think I'm gonna be surprised, especially because the game is also coming out on the previous gen of consoles, and because of that, they cannot go all out, and I think that is actually one of the big benefits that Battlefield 6 is having right now, where just simply the fact that they decided to drop the PS4, to drop the Xbox One support, and to go full in on this current new gen. It's no longer new gen, it's already been out for 5 years, but this current generation of consoles finally embraced that and also put a minimum of a 20 series graphics card on PC. Because of that, they can go all out, not only from a graphical perspective, but also from a general performance. They can add small little details that previously they could not. They can make the game design work with these new, stronger machines, rather than trying to make it work on a 10-year-old computer, essentially. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Stay tuned for more Battlefield 6, and let me know what you guys think of the beta so far, and if you are liking it as much as me, or if I'm just wearing some very rose-tinted, secure-booted glasses. Bye. Like and subscribe.